Good afternoon, Tail Gunner here. I am back where people who follow this channel from last year will recognize this sign. We are back on the East Quinault River trail leading up to Enchanted Valley, and if it wasn't snowed in, over Anderson Pass. Today is April 7th, Thursday. We have a beautiful day today. We have just come off of a major storm system a few days ago. We've got another major storm system coming in a few days, and we're trying to squeeze this in between them. Probably going to get hit with that second storm system on the way out. But we'll see what happens here. Alright. And I have to cross this first bridge, and I'm going to cut the video and pick up on the other side the first sketchy bridge. Take two of our start up the East Quinault Valley. I'm now holding the phone manually because the clip on my trekking pole broke. So, also I've stripped down. After going a couple hundred yards, realized I was going to be way too hot. Sort of the dress for the second mile of the trail, not how you feel when you get out of the car. Also, while stripping down and having a quick snack, met someone coming out. Updated trail conditions are Enchanted Valley, from their storm on Monday, is now completely covered in a couple inches of snow. I know there are campsites up in the trees across from the chalet. That's where my son and I stayed last year, even though we never recorded it. Other groups ahead of me are going to Pirates Creek and day hiking in rather than staying overnight in the valley. So we're going to play this by ear. Permits for 4 days. We are not required any longer to stay in the sites we put on our permit. We actually have weather coming in over the weekend. So we could make this a 3-day trip. We could stick with the original plan. But it is a beautiful day. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And I'm just going to see where I can get to today. One new addition to my gear is, you can see on my others, I got the Garmin over there. But on the other backpack strap, I now have a GoPro, which is actually not mine. So I do have to take care of it. But I am going to try to put it later in a 5-minute loop mode and just capture random 5-minute segments as they occur, and that way I don't have to get out of the camera when something exciting happens, and I just stop the loop and save that loop and then go on. Also, if I should happen to be charged by a vicious animal, all I have to do is remember to hit, my final act is to hit stop on the GoPro recording. That will allow my ex to claim the life insurance without the authorities asking too many suspicious questions, since although we were divorced, I never changed the beneficiary on the life insurance. All right, for now I'm going to shut up and hike. All right, for those who have not hiked East Quinault in the last year, I would like to welcome you to the Pony Bridge Privy. This was not here last year. I don't need to use it. I don't need to go find it, but it's sign's new and that trail is new, and I'm guessing back there actually is a privy. We're just above Pony Bridge here. That was always one of the complaints of this campsite, is that it did not have a privy. So there is the Quinault. East Quinault, to be precise. Pony Bridge. Now I'm not going to step backwards blindly because I do not know what happened here, but that's looking like an accident waiting to happen. As I mentioned in my last video, there are campsites down that way. There's a few campsites up around the bend, and with a scramble you can get down that way to the water. This is just representative of what we've been dealing with all along the trail. I'm not even counting them. There's definitely more than last year. None of them are bad, just slows you down. Take a careful step. Gotta go under and over here. Pack is hitting the tree above while I step over this one. And then I gotta dance among the limbs over here. Try not to do a face plant. And it's muddy down here. Right where I need to step is muddy. All right, it's the most challenging one yet. It's right on the trail. You can see the trail, beyond the tree right there. Looks like people are going low, but Some people are going high. I just don't see, once you get to the branches up there, where you go next. You got a drop off right at the branches. All right, what was impossible with the pack on was almost doable thing to pack off. I take the pack off. I was able to squeeze it low underneath all the branches. Been impossible with the pack on, and then I just dragged the pack along the top of the tree. And Will, you'll be glad to know that I disconnected the GoPro from the pack before doing that. The other option, seen from this side, is back here. Some people are here to be going all the way down there and climbing back up. Okay, I'm filming this with the GoPro, so I have the GoPro in my hand. I've got the GoPro strap on the backpack. I do not have the clip that goes to the GoPro, that attaches the GoPro to the clip. It is back in that tree somewhere. Now, if I was an elk and there was snow in the higher elevations, this is where I'd want to hang out. We have just passed Fire Creek heading west. It's one of the few places along the East Quinault Trail that the trail is actually adjacent to the river for any stretch. Well, it appears, well, you got a cliff there, so it looks like everyone going through over that direction. Climbing right through that would be not fun. Alright, I've now successfully climbed over that thing on, I guess, the left side of you looking at this. And I'm going to spin around here slowly. And we're going to come another 50 feet down the trail. And I have just found this. We're nowhere near O'Neill Creek, but it is 5:30. It is the first time I've had a full pack on this year. My body is reminding me of that. This is an absolutely fantastic spot. And I can't think of a reason to continue further. I made a similar video back in 2020 when on my Quinault River trip, but since someone on my work team who shall remain nameless asked about the accommodations that I'd be staying in out here, I thought I would do another wilderness camping setup video. So I have decided to come over here and put the tent there. It's underneath some healthy trees, so I'm not worried about any widowmakers. I'm surrounded by down timber, so I'm not in a game path. I'm not in any drainage, so I don't have to worry about water if it rains tonight, any water coming down. And actually the trees will protect both from rain and heat retention. The tent does have a rain fly thing there that I'll put on later. That is where I will be sleeping after I throw a pad and a sleeping bag into the tent. Sleeping bag is rated to 10 degrees, comfortable to 20. I've taken it down to high 20s before comfortably, and I don't think it's going to get that cold down here. It may get that cold tomorrow, but since animals can smell foods especially, I do not keep food around the tent. I do not eat or cook in the tent. Since I've got this entire area to myself, I am using the other site down here as my kitchen and dining room. So down here, the first order of business tonight will be to use the water filter and filter some water from that stream. Even though it's a clear running stream, it's the main channel of the Quinault. I'm not going to take that unfiltered from there. I've got the nesting pot cook set here. Sports and holders are there. I've got the pocket rocket stove, which is a canister. That one canister will last me 4 days here. That is my air vault there. Obviously, if someone else was camping here, I would not use their spot as my cook spot. But since I've got this entire area to myself, I'm gonna spread out, which is generally what's recommended to do. This is my palatial palace for tonight. I've got running water. I'm on a nice soft bed of needles over there. I kicked all the pine cones out of the way. And we have about 2 hours of daylight here. So I'm going to shut this off and get cooking. The sound of rain. Good morning. As you can probably hear from the rain on the tent, the weather has deteriorated. We are probably going to cancel this trip. There was the more recent forecast that called for deteriorating weather and rain all night was true. It's been raining here about the last 8 or 10 hours pretty much straight. I'm gonna give it a little bit more and then pack up and make a run to get out of here. Probably this rain has been snow at the higher elevations, and I really don't want to get into that. So we're gonna just chalk it up and we'll keep warm here for a little bit longer and then make a break for it. I heard something over there. Something big enough to break a stick. I think it's up behind that wall of trees. Well, I honestly don't see it. Yeah, sometimes I carry bear spray in Olympic National Park, even though it's not necessary for 99% of the bears out here. However, as our friends in Ukraine have recently shown us, sometimes if you're attacked by a bear, all you need to do is launch a javelin. Epilogue, what happened? Well, I'd planned this trip based on an earlier forecast that said Thursday and Friday would be decent days with weather coming in on Saturday and Sunday. I thought I'd get up to the valley and then I'd come out during the bad weather. I was willing to do that. I made arrangements with the work and everything, and then the night before I left, got an updated forecast and the weather was coming in earlier. With hitting on Friday, it still went decide to, everything was in progress. I had, made arrangements to work, had bought food and other supplies, and so I decided to try it and see what happened. It turned out that the weather forecast was accurate, and I just didn't want to. I was willing to come out in rain. I didn't want to continue going in rain and having to camp and cook and do all that in the rain. And there are a few brave souls going in today. My hats are off to them. They are tougher than me. And the other thing is that earlier reports had showed Enchanted Valley melting out, which it was. I saw pictures from other trail reports, but the storms we got earlier in this week, before this break in nice weather, it actually had coated the valley in snow again, several inches to up to a foot in some places, and even the bridge going in the Enchanted Valley was snow covered. And if you saw that bridge in last year's video, you know that is not a bridge you want to cross when it was snow covered. So we are back in the car. We are headed out and finding other activities to do this afternoon, this Friday afternoon. And let's probably start with getting back to Aberdeen and finding a good burger.